students, in this video I am doing your sum number 3 of 18b. So here I have written your class intervals. Your class intervals are 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34. These are the given class intervals. Frequencies are 5, 8, 12, 9 and 4. These class intervals are called as inclusive, means they are not continuous. If you see, the upper limit is 14 and here the lower limit is 15, so they are different numbers, they are not continuous. For plotting a frequency curve and a histogram, I need that they should be continuous in nature. Also, for the frequency curve, we need to start it from the x-axis, so we need the midpoint of the previous class. So I have written one class previous than this, so if I go reverse, the upper limit will be 9 because it's 1 less and 9, and the class size is 4. 14 minus 10 is 4, so 9 minus what gives me 5? 9 minus 4 gives me 5. So here I have wrote the previous class, and also I have written the class after the last the class, which is 30 to 34 is my last class. So I have written one more because I need to join the frequency curve to the x-axis, so I'll be needing the midpoint of this class as well, so that is 35 to 39. Now let's see how to make these class intervals exclusive or continuous. You will first find the difference between these two, the upper limit of the first class and the lower limit of the second class. 15 minus 14 gives me 1 and divided by 2, so 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. Reduce from the lower limit and add to the upper limit. So 10 minus 0.5 gives me 9.5 and 14 plus 0.5 gives me 14.5. Similarly, we will do it for the other class groups as well. So here 15 minus 0.5 will give me 14.5 and 19 plus 0.5 will give me 19.5. 20 minus 0.5 will give me 19.5 and 24 plus 0.5 will give me 24.5. And here I will get 24.5, 29.5, then I get 29.5 to 34.5. I will also find the actual limits for these intervals. So it is 4.5 and 9.5, and here I get 34.5 and 39.5. So remember, for a frequency polygon, you have to plot the previous class interval as well as the one after your last class interval, because I need to join the frequency polygon to the x-axis. So I have made all my class intervals exclusive or continuous, and now I proceed towards my graph paper. So students, I have plotted on the x-axis. This is my x-axis, my y-axis. I have plotted all the class intervals on the x-axis and frequencies on the y-axis. So this is my frequency and this is my class intervals. All this labeling is very important. Then after this comes the scale. On my x-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 5 units. If you see, 9.5 minus 4.5 is 5 units. And on my y-axis, again I have chosen the scale of 2 because my highest value was 12. So I felt like if I would have taken 1 as the scale, it was not fitting, so I took the scale as 2. So now it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I need to write my scale. So 1 centimeter is equal to 2 units. Now we will proceed with our bar diagram. You can also directly draw a frequency polygon. First I will draw the bar diagram and I will show you all. So we shall start. My first data is 9.5 to 14.5, which is 5. Frequency is 5. So now between 4 and 5 you can see a little darker line, that is your 5. So I made my rectangle at 5, and then is my next interval is 14.5 to 19.5 and my frequency is 8. So here is my 8. I make a rectangle there. Then comes my 19.5 to 24.5 is 12. So I have made a rectangle at 12. I'm again repeating, neatness is very important because I'm doing it on the screen through an app. It's not possible to draw very straight lines, and I'm overwriting on the lines. See to it that you don't do it in the graph paper. Then for 24.5 to 29.5, it is 9. So now between 8 and 10, if you see this line, this is your 9. And then the final one, 29.5 to 34.5, it is 4. So here is my 4 and this is my rectangle. So I have plotted all the bars. Now we will make a frequency polygon. So we will mark all the midpoints of the rectangles. Also we will mark the class mark of the previous class interval and the class interval after the last one. And we will join them with a scale, and I'll draw a line segment. This is my frequency polygon. Alternatively, you can just straight away plot your class marks with the right frequency, the frequency and the class mark on the graph paper, and draw a frequency polygon without drawing an histogram, which I shall be covering in my next video. Also remember, while drawing in histogram, if the first gap is not even, all my class intervals have a gap of 5. If you see, all my class intervals on the x-axis has a gap of 5, whereas my first plotting does not have a gap of 5. It is 0 to 4.5. So this is not even, it is not matching to my other plottings. So you will draw a kink over here. Whenever your class intervals do not start with 0 and the gap over here does not match with your first gap, you have to draw a kink. Thank you.